The biggest war you will ever face in your lifetime, that you will ever see, is spiritual warfare. We see spiritual warfare rampant upon the streets, upon our communities, our schools, our hospitals, our businesses. Spiritual warfare is killing our people. It's bringing us down. And I don't mean one specific community or another, no. Everybody. Spiritual warfare is a beast. And we've seen that reflected recently in one of our school systems. And I wanted to bring that to light. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I stumbled upon this article a few months back. And what started out as a debate about content in the school's public system turned into a full-blown debate about the Bible. So, to recap, over recent years, parents and students have voiced their concerns about inappropriate content in their schools' libraries. And in June 2023, Hanover School Board passed a revised library policy, which gave them the ability to remove any book with a majority vote. And immediately 19 books were removed for homosexual and explicit content. Fast forward 2 months later, August 2023, educators were told to start reviewing 100 plus books for potential removal. Fast forward a few more months, November 2023, over 70 books were removed for inappropriate content. That's sexual content, vulgar language, violence, things of that nature. So all was well, all was good, until a parent challenged the Bible's appropriateness. Now, let's call this parent Mama D, right? So Mama D cited the Bible for vulgar and inappropriate content, including instances of prostitution, rape, sexual assault, violence, and illegal activities. Now, we all know that these things are in the Bible. Now, Mama D, in following the board's logic of how books should be deemed inappropriate, wrote that the Bible would absolutely cause a student to rape, sexually assault, or perform acts of violence. It would absolutely turn my child into a groomed, immoral, prostituting, violent polygamist and or rapist. And I quote, Mama D said she was raised as a conservative Christian and didn't favor or even expect the book to be removed. Now, what I found interesting about that is that she says she was raised Christian. If she had opened her Bible and looked at the passages that she specifically cited, you see that they were never approved or accepted. They were condemned. So how can you then go say that your child would turn into, and I quote, into a groomed, immoral, prostituting, violent, polygamist, and or rapist? None of that makes any sense. It's clear that Mama D has never truly read any of her Bible or even read in the context. So Mama D challenged specifically 6 passages, which we're not going to get into, but a few of them included Joshua 6:17, which talked about prostitution, Genesis 34, which talked about sexual assault, and 2 Samuel 2, which talked about violence and illegal activities. Now, the committee responded by saying the majority of those passages only mention the name of the specific act, such as prostitution, without describing the action in any detail, therefore failing to show explicit content. They also reasoned that the acts like violence, rape, and incest were not praised, but only used as actions that had consequences for individuals in the text. So if you look at it in context, if you read the whole passage, the whole section, you realize, hey, these things aren't accepted. These things were never okay in God's view. Okay, so the devil really tried to ban the Bible out of the school section. And we have to thank these school board leaders for using the wisdom that God placed upon their life. The Bible's important. 2 Timothy 3 says, all scripture is breathed out by God and profitable for teaching, for reproof, for correction, and for training in righteousness. The devil really tried to ban the Bible out of a school system library. I mean, that's just crazy to me. He will look for any excuse to silence Jesus. because that's who he is. That's what he does. He deceives, right? He will always do it in a disguise. He can be 99% correct and have that little 1% of deception in there, right? He used the banning of inappropriate books and content to try to expel the Bible out of public school systems. His plots are always deceptive. But at the end of the day, what we can do is we can thank the school board for being wise and pray for this community in this school system. All right, y'all. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment below. I'm out. Peace.